Hello, and welcome to a documentary about the facts and defining moments about the genre of horror. I'll be interviewing the director of Paranormal Activity. I'll also look at the first ever horror and the first ever film including ghosts. The first thing we will talk about is the first ever horror film. The Devil's Castle is a 2-minute silent film made by Georges Méliès, a French filmmaker. The film entails a man dressed in red, ushered into an antechamber in a castle and offered a seat. When he tried to sit down, the chair moves to the other side of the room, causing the man to fall on the floor. Standing up, he strides to the chair, but on trying to lift it, a spectre materialises in the chair, arises and challenges the man. The man pulls out his sword and lunges at the spectre, but it changes into a skeleton. Seeing the change, the man tries to grab the skeleton, but it changes into an armour-clad guard. The man attempts to move the guard, but a devil appears and waves the man away. The man recoils from the devil and tries to leave, but the spectre reappears. Both it and the devil frighten the man from the antechamber. The film is not scary when watching now, but features that are available now were not then. We see a bat that is the devil, which is a storyline that can be seen as a horror even now. Without sound, it is hard to create tension or comfortability for the audience, so as the scariness is limited. The first ever paranormal film was called Beyond Tomorrow and it was made in 1940 by Edward Sutherland. The ghosts of 3 elderly industrialists killed in an aeroplane crash return to Earth to reunite a young couple whom they initially brought together. We can see the film is not a horror, but it is the first that includes paranormal activity. And we can see that the characters are see-through, but they are not invisible to show that they are ghosts following the people, but in a good way to help the couple. Being the first sight of ghosts to the film industry, it makes the audience feel that ghosts are good beings, rather than the perception they cause in the modern day. The first horror that included ghosts was called The Uninvited and it was made in 1944 by Lewis Allen. It was just 4 years after Beyond Tomorrow and included 2 siblings moving into an unknown haunted house due to its low price on the seacoast, but the mysteries of the ghost in the house still awaits them. This challenges what we've already seen in Beyond Tomorrow, as instead of the ghosts being on the side of the humans, we see them terrorising instead. Hello, I'm now joined with Oren Peli, who is Director of Paranormal Activity. He's going to talk to us a little bit about why he created the film, the different things that are within the film, because it is one of the most impressive horror films of our generation. So, hello Oren.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
So I'm joined here now by Oren Peli, who is the Director of Paranormal Activity. He's going to tell us a little bit of the reason behind him choosing horror and why he chose a subgenre of paranormal activity. So.
Yeah, well, as a kid I've always been interested in, like horror films. Not many kids were, but, I was that one kid, that stayed by myself and always watch a horror film. And the reason why I chose like a paranormal sort of subgenre was because since I made the Paranormal Activity films, there wasn't very much there wasn't a well-known paranormal film out there. Apart from the Blair Witch Project, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I thought if I do that, hopefully I'll people enjoy it, and yeah, I think that's kind of what set it off.
As spoken about with Oren already, we see strange things occur in the house that possesses the people that live there. The summary of the film is as follows. After moving into a suburban home, a couple becomes increasingly disturbed by a nightly demonic presence. After a young, middle-class couple moves into a suburban starter tract house, they become increasingly disturbed by a presence that may or may not be somehow demonic, but is certainly most active in the middle of the night, especially when they sleep, or try to. The next question I'll be asking on is why you used first-person camera mode during your Paranormal Activity series. So, why did you do it?
Well, I think I used it because it really gave you, the audience, a really gripping experience of what it was like, really being a first-person view of the horror and the paranormal activity happenings that were going on. And I also did it because I wanted to make it seem like the footage was actually filmed, because if you didn't notice before the film, it's actually based on a true story as well. Yeah. So I kind of wanted to make it seem like the footage was actually taken from the person who recorded the video. So just to make the audience a little bit more scared and frightened when watching it.
So the third question I'll ask Oren is why you chose the setting of a big haunted house. So a family's just moved in there. So why choose that for Paranormal Activity?
Well, I chose it because it happens, day-to-day life. And I wanted it to seem very realistic. I didn't want it to be set in some woods somewhere. Cause, that is quite a mainstream thing for a horror film to have to be set in. And also it's because the family wasn't familiar with the surroundings as well they were in, because it's a new house. So maybe some things that they did discover. So maybe the attic or the cellar.
Yeah.
So which is why I kind of wanted to set it around like a new house in a way.
So the final question I'll be asking Oren is why he chose to have a baby in his film Paranormal Activity for the first one, because it's just a character, but why a baby?
Because I think as a baby, you know, they're very vulnerable, you know, defenseless, you know, they can't do anything about it, and also on a personal level, like having such a young kid and like them not being able to grow up and experience like the wonderful things in life is just, you know, really hard hitting to the audience, and it makes it more frightening. It makes, you know, the audience want like the baby to be rescued more in a way.
So you include a baby, which is a pretty strange character to have, but you do also include another one, which is a dog. So
yeah,
how come you use a dog?
Because a dog has a sixth sense. So I think that, you know, like in the film you see well, you don't actually see anything, but you see the dog barking, so that almost builds up tension, and it also almost misleads you to think that there's something there.
Yeah.
But it questions you. So is there actually something there? Is the dog barking at nothing? Because
you don't know that it's
yeah,
there,
yeah.
because the dog's barking.
Yeah, exactly. I know, because, you know, for the people out there who have dogs, sometimes they do just bark at nothing. So it does make you think like, is there something there? Is there not? You know, it leaves a big mystery. And also about the mum as well. I think that I caused her, because in Paranormal Activity 2, it was actually her that got, you know, attacked by the demon. But because stereotypically in films you usually see a man, you know, who's mainly revolved around a man. I kind of wanted to, you know, move away from that. So I kind of did the main focus on a woman being attacked. So, you know, just kind of like remained away from the whole, the same thing that, you know, most Paranormal Activities, you know, were based around.
Okay. So Oren, thank you for joining me, and of
Yeah,
course,
it's okay.
thank you for watching at home this documentary.
And thank you for having me.